Alright, area of effect. I decided to make a build that's a build that does a lot of build stuff. Primarily area of effect. We got it on the ring, the amulet, the body armor, the helmet, the sword, and technically the belt. Because with Rage Vortex, the more rage you have, the bigger AoE, and I got the enchant on the helmet. I have a badass amulet that I'm trying to corrupt into something cool that has the area of effect and area damage fixed on it, but so far I haven't done it. So this is my secondary piece. Pretty nice because it has accuracy, and if we take a look at my passive tree, I'm rocking precise technique. This is the only thing I'm really getting area of effect for on the passive tree right here. It'd be kind of cool if I had more area of effect nodes, but rocking Impale with Dread Banner, got 100%, haste, pride, precision. Vitality's temporary. I like to pop Vitality at the start of the map and then pop it off as I get mapping. And in here, I have the Crave the Slaughter skill from the Berserker. So I get Rage on hit and plus 10 to maximum Rage. Obviously, I can get another 5 if I used axes, but I have this sword, and it does 20% increased area of effect for attacks, so that's pretty nice. Running increased area of effect level 16 because I don't have enough intelligence to go higher than that. Rage Vortex, Pulverize Support, Melee Damage, Maim, and Brutality. Gonna run a map and fling some swords. Defenses on this build are not very good. I went with the Jug. I was torn between a Jug and a Slayer, and I chose the Jug because I haven't leveled the Duelist. On the Jug, you can get 6% increased area effect per endurance charge. I could also get another 3 here, but I'm only rocking 6 endurance charges. So, you know, an extra 18 isn't really worth pathing all the way in here. I didn't get this endurance charge, and I have no endurance charges on my gear. Obviously, if you really wanted to go ham on the AoE, you can. But this is basically full screen clear. If it didn't move, if I can get it to hold still, it's full screen clear. So that's all you really need. So let's run an atoll map. Actually, let's run a strand if I got it. Strand will let me hit more people. Okay. Why did you go away from there? We go. I only have one strand. I don't want to fuck with rolling it. Yeah, that's fine enough. And I'm running Rage Vortex with Bladestorm, because Bladestorm kind of combos with it. Hit the Bladestorm, you hit the Rage Vortex. It's a pretty nice little combo. This isn't a build to run, it's a build to have fun with. Like if you want to just farm some T16 and meme out, this is a meme out build. It's not so much a, I'm gonna slaughter the game with this build. I have another build for that. Which I'm in the process of completing all the Ubers on. But it works pretty good with that massive AoE, because you just throw the AoE and then you just run around like a chicken with its head cut off. Like so. And you're doing just massive AoE damage. I intend to take this build to the next level. It's going to reduce... Okay, well, Mana Dude is a dick. It's going to reduce the... AoE of it, but it's going to increase the damage and the survivability to make it a real build. I'll work on that after this video. I don't really care too much to fight you, you dick. Okay. I always accidentally go in those things. There we go. And once I hit 90, then I take that off so I get a little bit more life. That is... fucking huge AoE. Big fan of this build. Not the build. I'm a big fan of Rage Vortex. It's incredible. I hate not having life regeneration, so I got a plan. I got a serious plan to use Rage Vortex and either Cyclone or Bladestorm. I think I'm gonna use Cyclone just so I can stay mobile the whole time. But Bladestorm is pretty cool too. Especially when you're in Sandstorm and you can throw it. There was an alternative quality of Bladestorm that I was taking a look at. And it randomly selects the wrong one based on your stance. So I could stay in Sandstorm, in Sand Stance, and throw a Bloodstorm out with Bladestorm. Which is pretty cool. Scarabs, nah, I don't need any of that. If you're good with your mechanics, you can actually turn this into a very good build to be squishy with, because you could throw this thing and then just hang out. You throw it, you hang out. Throw it, you hang out. But my mechanics are not good, and I can't focus well enough to constantly throw it and then not be playing it. What I like to do is throw it and run with it until it hits someone special. And you can do this with the Berserker and just go absolutely crazy with the damage, but the Berserker, you get too tempted to do the triple rage effect, which gives you a big-ass degen, so then you gotta really put your life regeneration on point. I mean, life leech on point. And that's a lot of work. We got... yeah, I don't want any of those. And you see, don't have enough int, so 16 is the lowest I can go. It's crazy to think that this isn't even as big as it can get. It can get even bigger than this, if you really wanted it to get even bigger. And if you wanted to fully maximize it, there's actually an essence you could put on a chest piece to give it 25% increased area effect. Now the Carcass Jack has 50, but you can roll a much better chest piece and do 25% instead of 50. And overall, you're going to come out ahead with that. See, it's not absolutely terrible with bosses. It's a little biased if you've been running a strong build. Like, I've been running a strong build lately. And this build is dog shit in comparison to that. But if you haven't been running a, 13 million DPS build like I have, this isn't so bad. And more importantly, it's very fun. Now let's try a boss with it. Let's drop a little bit of area of effect because it's not leaded, and let's put attack speed back on there. There we go. And let's do my favorite boss to test damage with. This boss is a piece of shit. I hate this boss, but it's really good to test damage with. So let's rock this boss and test some damage. I haven't looked at path of building to look at the numbers or even the AoE size, but I'd guess 1 million. No more than 2 million. I could use a little more mana so I can cast this a couple more times. But this is the playstyle. You just circle the dude with the Blade Storm and then throw a Rage Storm. It's doing alright. It's doing alright. It might be at 2 million, maybe. That AoE is just so nutty, though. I remember when Cyclone could have that level of AoE. I'll demonstrate Cyclone's patheticness. With all this AoE, Cyclone is absolutely abysmally small. But with the real build, I'm going to switch it to at Zeri's Disfavor. I still need to 6-link my at Zeri's Disfavor. I bought a corrupted one for pretty cheap. Why is Maven here? Does Maven always show up? Well, I guess. I never even noticed that Maven shows up there. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, and another fun thing to do, if I even have any Delve juice. Delve is incredible with this build. It is so fun to delve with this build. Let's put this back on. Get rid of that attack speed. I got enough juice. Fun, because you can just throw the Rage Vortex, and you just kind of get to keep running while the Rage Vortex follows. And then you can Blade Storm in the middle of it. It's just a very satisfying playstyle for me. Especially when you mix in the Blade Storm, because then you're doing two things. You're hitting the Blade Storms, you're throwing the Rage Vortex. You don't really need the Blade Storms. That's just an extra little bit of fun. Whoa. You were supposed to give me more enemies than this. Sovereign fires an additional projectile. I'm sure that's not a very expensive mod, but I do plan on maybe doing the Soul Rend. If I ever find a Nemes, whatever that new ring is, it makes projectiles return. I think Soul Rend's the one I want to do. Soul Rend with the staff that makes it so it shoots in a circle and adds projectiles with Nemes, and have Soul Rend go out, hit a bunch of people, and then return. There's an alternate quality Soul Rend that does 100% increased damage with hits. So it makes the hits more effective than the damage over time. So I'm definitely thinking about possibly doing that, because I leveled up a Chaos monster, a cultist, so I might as well use it. And you can see that's fucking cool. I forgot I was talking, so I forgot to do it right. So I'll do one more, and I'll try to remember to fucking do it right. You just stand in a corner and you just throw the Rage Vortex and you hang out while the Rage Vortex handles all the work. Does all the work. God, I love it. It's just so big. It's perfect for the little wang folk who want to overcompensate for their inadequate manhood. That's exactly what I'm doing. So you can just kind of stand in a spot, throw it, hang out, throw it, hang out. Throw some sandstorms if you want. And then the knockback with Lion's Roar. It's just fucking cool, man. It's just cool. It's just cool. If you want to get crazy, last league I did 2 one-handed axes that have the +10 to rage. But that was a lot of work to get those crafted strong. So I'm not going to do that this time. That's all I really want to demo. A nice little Rage Storm. So the plan to turn it into a real build is obviously use at Series Disfavor, find some cool gems where you can have some quality, get rid of stuff like this, and I got some solid rings that's going to buff up my tankiness. I think I'm going to keep Carcass Jack, but I could use this right here to give a bunch of life. Now let's take a look at Cyclone. I forgot I was going to look at Cyclone. Cyclone. This is just me having sadness for the old Cyclone. Old Cyclone was freaking awesome. So I got a lot of AoE. Oh, I gotta put blood life tap on. Life tap. So that, I mean, that's kind of big, but nothing compared to Rage Vortex. So actually, let's put Cyclone over here. And let's get rid of Blade Storm. Put Rage Vortex back on. We'll just put that in there, like so. So now we can do a Cyclone Rage Vortex build. So this would probably be once I soup it up. Oh, I need that life tap switched over. This is probably how I'm gonna run it. Let's drop MAME support over here. And let's run an Atoll. Should be a good map to run for this. Oh, I got an alleyways right here. Let's run this alleyways, make sure. That'll probably kill me. So let's just run an Atoll. Again, not a very strong build in terms of its tankiness. Temporal chains, gross. I'm just gonna run it white. I don't want to be slow. I guess I don't get slowed too much because I'm a jug. Jiggity jiggity jug. Obviously, if you want to spend the cash, you get Divergent or Anomalous Cyclone, whichever one it is. The one that increases your speed. And I plan on probably putting that in the axe with the increased cool stuff. Increased quality. So you can see Cyclone's plenty strong, all on its own, for T16. Then you throw the Rage Storm, and then you Cyclone. Throw the Rage Storm, then you Cyclone. It's pretty rad. And if you put it into red mode instead of sand mode, you'll do more damage. Blood mode. It's the spin to win build to the maximum. The only way I can make it more spin to win is to cast while channeling or cast on crit Blade Vortex, so I can have triple spins. Oh baby, a triple? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I might even put increased duration on just for the meme so I don't have to throw it as much. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. Now again, I want to stress, I wouldn't call this a build. This is just having fun. It's having fun with RageVortex and massive AoE. And that's what this is doing. But there is definitely a build here. I'm going to replace the gloves, and I'm going to be able to generate my rage just from a bunch of different rage gaining mechanics. And I'm hoping that I can get enough rage just from rage on hit to make it so I can do Blade Storm. It'll be really cool if I can get that working. And then with that life regeneration, it'll increase my tankiness a ton. I'll probably keep the same passives and won't switch my passives any. But I will have way more life so I can take bigger hits. Because right now, because I only have 5,000 life, I can't take that big of hits. My defenses aren't that great, and I don't have any evasion. At least not a lot of evasion. The only reason my physical damage reduction is that high is from the endurance charges. 20% evasion, that helps significantly. Technically, it's 20% less damage taken in the right situation. And I have enough life if I really wanted to. I could put an aura on cast, but that's a lot of work to put an aura on cast. I don't really want to put an aura on cast. It's just so many buttons to click. Oh, I'm not even in sand mode. God, that's cool. It's just fun. It really is just extremely fun. Throughout the Rage Vortex and then have a party. Oh yeah, he must have had increased AoE one of the previous times I fought him. This boss can be kind of a dick if you're not tanky enough and he has increased AoE. He'll do his little splash. Why am I not hitting him? He like stopped taking damage for a while. He'll do his little splash attack, and if he's got increased AoE, it'll catch you off guard. God, it's just fun. I want to just keep running maps. Let's try, I don't know what a better map would be than that. Maybe an alley. Ooh, I think it's called a lookout. I think a lookout would be really good. It's just a long run pathway. Let's run a lookout. Yeah, lookout. That should be... I don't know. I don't remember what Enfeeble does. I'll just run a white one. Just so I don't get any bad mods and waste time. Actually, I don't even need to start with this. I can just start cycloning until I hit enough rage to throw it. Throw that rage storm. And obviously, if I had another button I could use that would work well with me, I can use Berserk. Whoa, buddy. Don't be throwing that shit at me. I'm the one who... I hate those guys so much. I was doing so well. No deaths. It is a squishy build, as you saw, but those blue bastards... Oh, I hate them so much. I like the blue buff for the chance of getting the divines. But these blue butt shooters, they always spawn behind you and then just shoot a bunch of shit. It's a bit annoying. Oh yeah, this is a great map for this build. You can preload a little bit of the damage too by throwing the Rage Storm before you click in on like an Essence or one of those blue buffs. And again, it works just fine with Cyclone if you don't want to use Rage Storm. Just get a bunch of AoE and Cyclone. It's just too bad Cyclone got nerfed so much. Why are you invincible? I hate that. Get away from me, you invincible jerk. Why you gotta be mean? Okay, let's just not use Cyclone and just Rage Vortex. Gotta read them just in case there's a divine on there. No divine. So it looks like it continues to spin until it hits either a rare or unique enemy. Probably says that on the gym somewhere. Eldridge, Divination. See, so here we can first clear that guy. Click it. Oh, I've already clicked it once. Never mind. I didn't preload any damage. Oh, I'm gonna kill him while I'm dead. Almost got him while I died. So those deaths mostly come from elemental damage. Elemental damage is brutal. Used to not be this brutal. I don't know what they did to increase the monster's elemental damage, but it was somewhere around the time when they added spell suppression. They really amped the elemental damage that enemies do. So if you don't have spell suppression, you really got to cap your elemental resistances. And I'm only at 78, which is, back in the day, 78 was actually pretty good, you know? Get a little bit on the maximum and you're just fine. Now you got to get into the 85s if you actually want to be tanky. It's a bit annoying, if I'm being honest, because only like 2 classes really have good access to spell suppression. I guess you can kind of count the duelist to have access to spell suppression, but the Marauder, the spell suppression's way out there in order to actually get some spell suppression. And that is AoE Rage Storm. Now I'm gonna make try to make an actual Rage Storm build and make it work, but that'll be on the live stream. Check you later.